Hello everyone, welcome back to Naomi's Bookshelf. Today we're going to do another round of TBR Clue. So I'm very sorry if you can hear construction outside. I tried to wait till they're done. Apparently, it's not. But in TBR Clue, we try to find books that match each prompt so I can reveal each card, and therefore I don't have to pick an extra book if I guess wrong on the whodunit mystery each month. So let's go over the prompts and if I got right, so I don't have to guess, or if I do. Last month I had to guess and thankfully I got it right. Will this month be the same? Let's see. In the hall, I had to read a nonfiction or a contemporary, and I read 2 Samuel from the Bible. In the lounge, I had to read a book with a school setting, and I read Cat Among the Pigeons. In the dining room, I had to read a book from a series, and from that I read March Book 1. In the kitchen, it was a 5-star prediction, and I read Jewel of the Nile. In the ballroom, I had to read a city setting, and I read The Merchant of Venice. In the conservatory, I had to read a mystery, and I read The Lost Mine. In the billiards room, I had to read a tempting book, and I read Gently Planted. In the library, I had to read a book with a map, and I read The Borden Murders. In the study, I had to read a supernatural book, and I read Venus and Adonis. So my official guess is Professor Plum in the library with the candlestick. He's done it again, because I did reveal all the rooms. So there it is, the library, and the candlestick, and Professor Plum. No punishment. We're going to move on to next month's board. As usual, we'll start in the hall and we'll go from there. This one took me a while to figure out all of the things. As you'll see, there are a few difficult prompts coming up, but the first prompt we got was random letter generator for character, which actually worked out perfectly, as I got the letter N and I was going to read Mexican Gothic this month anyways. And this one is about the character Noemi, who is so close to Naomi. I was so excited when I discovered that. And this one is about Mexican culture, and it's like low-key horror. I've also heard it's not like, it is horror, but not like massively abstruse like Stephen King horror, which I'm excited that this is like a little middle ground for me to just delve into. So this one is by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, and I don't know much more. I know that Noemi needs to go home to her family to help out because some things are weird going on, but she doesn't really know much more. And then I think it's impossible for her to leave, or impossible for her sister to leave, or whoever, and it's very weird. But yeah, like I said, low-key horror, but still horror. So I'm excited to dip my toes into the horror genre this October with some Mexican Gothic, but also something that I hopefully will find much more up my alley that's not Stephen King, because I'm kind of scared to go there yet. I want to start lower and then maybe work my way up if I do want to go there. But I'm excited to start with this one, especially since the main character almost shares my first name. In the lounge, we got a book club book, which is always the best pull because I always have at least one book club book. So I picked Halloween Party by Agatha Christie for this one. I joined Kate Howe's book club, which we were doing Summer of Suspense, and now we're going to be doing Halloween Party for October. I tried to read it last year, I didn't get to it. And now this year, I'm excited to finally pick it up. This is a Hercule Poirot novel. I started it and it was about a Halloween party where a 13-year-old, I think she finds the body and everyone is like, you're just joking, and Hercule Poirot takes her seriously. This also had Adrienne Oliver in it, so that was fun. And I'm excited to read this one for book club and discuss it with everyone. You can always contact Kate Howe if you wanted to for details of how to join the book club. For the dining room, we got a Clue-related name for a character, which was really hard because do you know how hard it was to find this? And then I discovered I had one on my really old list of books I should be getting to anyway, so I might switch this one out. But this is a book I've been wanting to get back to since I started it, I think in July, and I just haven't had the time yet. So I've taken out this book from the library, and if not, I have one on my shelves still. The one I'll be going for is Love and Olives by Jenna Evans Welch. I got about 14 chapters in and really enjoyed it, but then I was just not in the right headspace to finish it off, so I sent it back to the library. So this one follows Olive as she is going back to her father in Greece, but they have drifted apart, and she is, I think, 17, and her father's trying to find Atlantis. So they're filming a documentary. Why are they jackhammering or something outside? I don't know, but I hope it's not affecting the sound quality. Anyways, so Olive is trying to reconnect with her father, even though she doesn't really want to, and they're filming this documentary about Greece, so or about Atlantis. So it's very fun so far, and I'm excited to get back into it. Also, this is because olives grow on trees, and her name is Olive, and plums grow on trees. So Professor Plum and Olive, they connect. In the kitchen, we got a romance, and I have picked this one here, which is Highland Call by Sharon Gillenwater. This one's been retitled, so I'll put the picture here of what it's been renamed. This has been, or this duology, I should say, has been republished, and so I had this on a bunch of series I wanted to finish out last year and never got to. And literally, I've read book 1 years ago and never finished this one. Also, because I didn't know book 2 existed. But I've known book 2 existed for at least a year and a half now, and I wanted to finish this. So I need to read it eventually. And honestly, this is the one romance I'm like, this is probably the one I'll pick up. Also, if you're new here to TBR Clue, this is not a set TBR. This is the TBR I'm aiming for. Although some of them I will definitely be picking up for like book clubs or books I'm really desperate to pick up on. So this one might be switched out, but it's probably the one I'll be reading. In the ballroom, we got library, and this one was for like the room library in the TBR game. So this one means something related to that room that I would be doing in that room, anything like that. And I chose to go with something that I would be most likely going to the library to actually do, at least in days before internet, which would be research, because I will be reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson with Danny from Spinelli Speaks. And in this book, from what I understand, Pippa is researching an old murder that happened several years before as part of her final project, and she starts to uncover some old clues that never got discovered or some new clues, and things go from there. So I'm very excited to pick up this YA mystery series. No one has anything bad to say about it, and it sounds like a really fun adventure. And I'm also excited to read it with Danny, so it'll be a good time, and hopefully it'll be a fun, fast-paced mystery thriller to go through in October. In the conservatory, we got TBR Vet, and that means something that's been on my shelves a long time. And this one I've owned for a super long time, and I've wanted to reread. So technically it's not quite true, but I have it marked as to be read on Goodreads, because I think I last read it when I was like, I don't know, 17, 18? It's been at least 10 years, maybe 8 years. But anyways, it's been a long time. And I'm going to be rereading it for Buzzwordathon, actually. So that's my pick, which is Airwaves by Sherry Lord. This one is a Christian romance fiction book about Emily and Colin as Emily joins this company or joins this radio program, and she is trying to, join this team, and Colin is working there. I don't remember too much about it, but I remember it being a really fun drama book. I don't know. I remember being really fun about this radio company, this radio team, kind of like your local radio station. That's what I'm trying to say. But I don't remember much else. So I'm excited to reread it. And it says air, like the element that is the theme for October. Next, we got Matches outfit, which is always fun. So I will show you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a gray t-shirt and jean shorts. So that's never gonna go the same, I bet. Oops. Let's straighten that out a little. I decided to go with one that has a black cover mostly, because this shirt is meant to be black. It's just a little more on the grayish black because I've worn it a few times. Side, and blue on the cover for my blue shorts, which are, well, my blue denim shorts. And this is the Moonstone. I'm reading this Berna, and this is for Victober. So I will cover my Victober prompts at the end of this, and this is by Wilkie Collins. I don't know anything really about this, except for that a moonstone goes missing and gets stolen, and that's the whole premise of this book. I read another Wilkie Collins and loved it, which was The Woman in White, and I made a dedicated review of it. I will link it in case you want to watch that. But this one is very exciting to me because it's just a Wilkie Collins, and Berna and I have read many, many books together, so we'll be reading this one together in October. For Victober in particular, but also just because she wanted to read it, I want to read it, and honestly, what a better time to read Victorian literature than in October for Victorian Literature October. So in the library, we got The Kitchen, which threw a wrench in my plans. I did not want to read a cozy mystery. Which typically is what I would think of when it comes to kitchen, and I also didn't think of anything that was like food-based or food-related, anything that had a recipe I didn't think of. I don't want to read a recipe book. So I went with another thing about The Kitchen and Clue board game. It has an escape route. It has a secret passageway. So I'm going to go with a spy thriller that I'm still very eager to read because I just picked it up not so long ago, and that's The Spy's Daughter by Adam Brooks. I might change this out for a cozy mystery with a recipe book or something. Who knows? I might just do that. If you have any great ones, you can leave them in the comments below that I might just check out. But this is my pick for now. Also, that'd be great for future reference in case I need something cozy and light. But for now, I'll be picking up The Spy's Daughter. This one is about Pearl, which also could have been a great choice for main character with a Clue-inspired name. Anyways, but this one is about Pearl, whose parents are spies, and she has the choice of either joining up or being on the run for her life. So this is why I'm going with the escape route, the secret passageway, because in essence, you would have to take a secret passageway to be free of this impossible decision. I don't know much else. The back says that she has a gift for mathematics, and she has a college scholarship, but basically she's just gonna have to be a spy or be on the run. And I'm excited to pick this up since I just purchased it, and I'd like to prioritize the books I'm purchasing. But if I don't get to this one, I will switch it out. So please leave me your recommendations for cozy mysteries that have food related to them, or ones that are maybe have recipes in them that would also count for the kitchen prompt. Let me know which ones you think would work for this. The final one is a library book. So this is a book that I am getting from the library, and I don't have that book with me yet because I'm not reading it yet, so I don't want to, get overdues or whatever. So I'm actually going to be reading the sequel to Jurassic Park, which is a read-along hosted by Danny from Spinelli Speaks. And this one will be Lost World. So I'm going to be reading Jurassic Park this September. I'm not finished it yet, but the final live show will be October 2nd. And then Lost World will be in October, that book, and I'm going to be reading that one. Otherwise, I'll have tons of library books to pick from, so don't worry. I always have tons of library books. But that's my pick for now. I'm going to be finishing out the Jurassic Park duology, or whatever that duology is called. So now we're going to go over Victober and some more buddy reads that I need to go read for them. I don't have any other readathons I'm going to participate in definitely, at least in October. I just really want to have fun, relax, and do Victober low-key with a few books. And then I just want to have fun with the books I can read. So I will be reading The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins with Berna. This one counts for the popular book prompt, as this one was a bestseller at the time. Although Wilkie Collins is quite popular for The Woman in White currently, The Moonstone was popular at the time. This one also counts for sensation novel, which is Kate's prompt. And this one, I don't know where it's set, but it's set somewhere. So it works for Katie's prompt of being set in the country or in the city. I will also be reading one of Oscar Wilde's plays with Kevy. We will be reading Salome. I don't know how to pronounce that. This one is based off of King Herod and Salome's time in the ancient world, right around the time of Jesus. And I'm excited to read that with Kevy. So this one is actually based off of a woman, which is perfect for Lucy's prompt, as well as my other buddy read, which will be Ruth by Elizabeth Gaskell. So this will also be based off of a woman, as this title is Ruth. I don't know much more. I think Ruth, I believe, gets engaged or gets involved with a man and has a child out of wedlock, and that kind of brings her down in society, and that's all I really know, but I'm excited to read that one with Emily from Novel Novels. So everyone I've mentioned will be listed down below, along with the announcement videos for Victober. I will be trying to read my book club book for one of my local book clubs, which is The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mantel. I think that's her last name. Anyways, this one is a Vancouver-based murder mystery, I believe, and it's about a glass hotel where someone is murdered. I don't remember. I read the summary, but I honestly have forgotten it. This one sounds interesting though, and it has gotten some great reviews, some bad reviews. I'm gonna give it a shot. One more read along that I really want to do, but I don't know if I have time. I'm gonna do my best because I'm already reading 2 big books this month. Will be Anna Karenina. This is being hosted by Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space. I really wanted to read this with them, and I forgot about it until she posted her announcement video. So the first half of this will be in October. I don't know if I have time because I'm already doing Lost World, Ruth, and The Moonstone, but this is something I would like to do. So I might catch up in November and read this all in November, but I'm gonna attempt to read the first half of this in October. So we'll see if I can read Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy as well. So who knows? The last thing I want to read is for the Read Christie 2021 project, which is to read a book that is set on transportation. And honestly, they didn't announce their pick, but because of the one that's missing, I'm going to assume it's Murder on the Orient Express because of that. So I will be reading Murder on the Orient Express. Honestly, with already reading Halloween Party, I do want to participate in this every month, and I don't want to be reading 2 new Christies this month. So I'm just going to be going with the one I know and love and the one I've read many times. I have this on audio. It will be a quick, easy listen. I also have a radio drama of this on audio, so I might just listen to that. So we'll see. I could do a deep dive of that like I did in 2, and then there were none. So let me know if you'd like me to, I don't know, do a big in-depth study basically of it like I did before, and do a big reveal of it if you would like. So all of those things, you can leave a comment down below of any books you'd recommend for the kitchen prompt, if you'd like me to do a deep dive or deep analysis into Murder on the Orient Express since I've read it before, what you're reading for Victober, anything of the above, or if you're just having a fun October and reading spooky books, or if you're reading for a different readathon. I'd love to hear it down in the comments below. If you're new here, you can always like this video and subscribe, and if you're not new here, you can still like this video. You can always hit that notification bell if you'd like to get new video content from me when it comes out, and I'll see you next time with another video. Bye for now.